Okay, you do have a curl you got to deal with. Right, okay.
Hi, guys. Hello. Welcome to Talk It Up Tuesday. We're so excited to be here. I am Catrina Jackson, Convention Director for HEAV, and I have someone special with me, and she's going to introduce herself.
I'm Ann Miller, and I'm President and Executive Director of HEAV, and we are so glad to be here on Catrina's Talk It Up Tuesday. I know I am. I should say I am. She's happy to be here.
My fireworks. I like my fireworks. Is my burst. So yay. So glad you guys are here. We have some exciting information to share with you this evening. So you need to stay until the end to make sure you hear the reveal of the newest keynote speaker. Oh yeah. It's happening tonight. So you're in the right place. I didn't hear you.
We have to wait till the end.
You know, that's the way these things work. But we do have other great things to share. It's not just that. So we're giving you guys time to log in, and we're going to wait so that you can hear us, hear what information we have to share with you on this evening. So welcome again to Talk It Up Tuesday. I am Catrina Jackson, HEAV Convention Director. We have with us Ann Miller, HEAV President and Executive Director. And we have some great and exciting information to give you about Convention 2025.
We do.
Yay! So there's going to be a keynote announced at the end. Yes, it is going to be at the end. So stay tuned. Now, for those of you who have joined us, I would like you to remember the number 35. Type that in the comments. Share this post with your girlfriends and your mom friends and dad friends and friends. Just share it with everyone. Let them know we're here, that we're going to be having some conversation tonight, and that we're going to talk about some great speakers that these are not just you should hear them. These are must hear opportunities that will really bless your family, that will really, really impact this homeschooling year for you. And so with that, we're going to also give you a few glimpses and behind the scenes and a look into the life of Ann Miller, because we don't get to do this all the time, right? So
not very often anymore.
Let me just tell you, okay, I am a huge Ann Miller fan. Okay, huge. Now, this isn't a brown nose because I already worked there. So
I'll pay you later.
So with that said, one of the things that makes me a big fan is I get to see her walk and see her live what she believes and what she stood by for many years. As a homeschooling mom, we just want to know, Ann, how long did you homeschool? How long did you homeschool your kids?
Wow. How many? I know that number off the top of my head, but I don't. We decided to homeschool in 1980 before there was a homeschool statute. And my youngest is 28. My oldest is 43. And we homeschooled from the beginning. So, and our oldest was born in 1981. So we decided to homeschool before we even had a baby.
Awesome.
My husband was a public school teacher in the 70s, and he saw what was going on, and the Lord really convicted us to teach and train our children at home. And we have never regretted it, never looked back ever. Yeah.
Did it so all awesome. So many moms.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. It's your story.
I was just going to say we have 6 boys and 2 girls. We have 8 children. And we are expecting grandbaby number 28.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes,
there's a new one.
Yeah, we can't even believe it.
That is such a blessing. And what I was going to say is, when you say that you decided to go from the beginning, you sound so confident in making that statement. What gave you that confidence to say that we are going to do this, and not knowing that you were going to have 8 and that commitment from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And what made you stick it out? What gave you the confidence to start, and what made you stick it out?
Well, it really was a conviction that we were called to teach our children at home. we didn't see that there was any other option. And so we were in total agreement. So, homeschooling's not easy. And we're back in the day when people are asking you, is that legal? They were still asking that. It was a challenge, but we never doubted that we were supposed to teach our children at home. And we wanted them to of course, we wanted to impart our faith. We wanted them to know and love God. But we also wanted them to have an excellent education. We wanted them to learn how to not be peer dependent. We didn't want them to become peer dependent. We also wanted them to love to learn and to learn how to learn. I wanted my children to be independent learners as fast as possible. And so we had a lot of reasons, and character. We wanted to help them have instill good character in them. And so there were just so many things that were in our hearts for our children.
You said so much.
And I can honestly say the whole time we homeschooled, which was a long time, count the years, you count them for me and tell me, hey, that could be the question. How many years has Ann Miller homeschooled? Do the math.
There you go. Drop that one.
For me. Thank you.
It's your kids to do it.
We have 5 engineers. I'm really not a math person. I'm an arithmetic person, but not a math person. And so if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I don't like to teach. So if you're seeing this and you're a new homeschool mom and you're like, teaching is not my thing. I did not like to teach. I love to be a resource person though. And I love to find like what works, what the kids loved. And I really focused more on what would they love and what would I love for them to do than what could I teach? So it is very possible. Our children, thank God, have done well. And we have 5 engineers, a couple of PhDs in there, almost, not quite. And, very close, very close. So, yep, we were convicted. And also the thing is, Jennifer's homeschooled for 25 years. Go, Jennifer.
Awesome. Go, Jennifer.
Yeah, there was no gold watch at the end. I know I did it for at least 30 years, but no gold watch. So maybe your mileage may vary. But
well, you got 28 golden eggs.
Yeah. The other thing is that what kept us going was we saw the results in our kids. I mean, that they were eager to learn. They loved the Lord, and also it was fun. I did do some teaching because they all learned how to read. They all did well.
The basics.
So it's not that I didn't do any teaching, but teaching was not my thing. But it is so exciting to see our children's milestones, isn't it?
It is.
When they learn a new skill, when you've been working on something. We had one son who didn't read anything until he was almost 10. He read nothing. He could not blend. He knew all the phonograms. He knew everything, but he could not blend. And so, I have a lot of neurodivergent children. I knew that they were ADD or ADHD and one dyslexic when they were growing up because of research that I did. And I never had them diagnosed, but I learned a lot of outside the box ways for them to learn. And of course, they're all different. So we had quite an eclectic mix there. And we also loved classical approach. So we threw that in there too. As well as Charlotte Mason. I love Charlotte Mason. So when 5 of my kids went and got themselves diagnosed as young adults, and I officially have 5 ADHD children. I don't know where they could have gotten it from, but so we had a lot of challenges and we did a lot of outside the box things. But we saw the results in our children, and our family saw the results in our children. We had skeptical grandparents, but when they saw the results, they were like, keep doing what you're doing. And we did all the way to the end.
That's awesome. How encouraging is that? If that encouraged you, let me know in the comments. Just drop how many years you are homeschooling. If you're just starting, let us know that. If Anne's story is in any way encouraging, let us know how. There is a question that we are answering tonight as well, and that is why. What is your why? Why are we homeschooling? Why go to convention? Why? And your why, as we've learned if you've been in any business class, it's like a business 101, especially for entrepreneurs. Why are you doing this? Yeah. And then what is your why story? I mean, I probably heard it several different ways, but it all boils down to that one question: why? And of course, the follow-up question is how? How do I do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. We have some free how to begins that we offer for our convention families who may just be starting. If you're a parent of a preschooler, you're just getting started, you're just thinking about it, you're thinking curriculums, and you're like, well, where do I start? Why do I want to do this? How am I going to do this? Where do I start? Guess what questions HEAV answers for you? All of them.
All of them.
All of them. You heard all of that in just one story. And Anne is representative of so many stories and families in HEAV. I myself, I did homeschool from the beginning. It wasn't necessarily the plan. I just looked at my children and I couldn't let them go. I couldn't conscionably let them go to public school when I knew that there was, because I did teach also. And I had several friends who were teachers, and all of them were saying, yeah, I'm going to homeschool my children, because there's a lot that happens in the public school setting that your neurodivergent child, and even if they don't have any diagnosis, even if they don't have any of those letters with their behind their names,
we know
what they have.
We know.
There is no value I could place on getting to know my children. And what I heard Anne say is that in all of her years, what she got to do was learn her children. She learned how they learned. She figured out the things that she needed to do. Was it difficult? I am sure she has a hat and a t-shirt that says, yep, made it. I've got one that says by the skin of my teeth, just sometimes it's hanging by a thread, but you are equipped. And where you don't feel equipped, HEAV has pulled into one house in one place every question that you could possibly ask, with years of wisdom and experience tacked onto it, that you will get to hear from not just us. You'll see us in the hallways running from one place to another, but we'll answer your questions. And you'll go to speakers and workshops, and you'll hear from exhibitors who have the same experience you do, and more. So there's so much to get when you come to convention, and could not be more excited to welcome you in the doors and give you some other things. Now, we promised a keynote speaker. Nope, still not there yet. But did you remember? Did you remember the number? I asked at the beginning to remember a number, and that number was 35. If you remembered that number, can you guess why I am saying the number 35? Wild guesses. I love any guess is good. I'd like to hear what you say. Let's be creative. What do you think the number 35 means? Now, when we talk about these great speakers and who they are and what they're going to say, and let's talk about some of our speakers and who's going to be there.
Yeah, well, some of our speakers we've already introduced, but maybe you're wondering, why should I come and listen to them? Like, okay, here's a bunch of faces and bios, but why should I come? And so I was just thinking about that. One of our keynotes is Matt Hammett, who was the lead singer for Sanctus Real for almost 20 years. And I wrote down some stats. 14 top 5 and #1 singles on Christian radio, recipient of 3 Dove Awards, nominated for 2 Grammys. Matt was a superstar with Sanctus Real, and the Lord convicted him that he had to make a choice, and he had to either choose to continue in stardom and in his musical career in the way that it was with Sanctus Real. They were doing international tours and all kinds of things. And he was missing out on his family. And so he had to decide whether to continue with the accolades and the fame or save his marriage and his family. And he chose wisely. He chose his marriage and his family and stepped away from Sanctus Real. And God has opened up other incredible ministry opportunities and musical opportunities for him in the meantime. But he has a message for every dad out there about the importance of family. He even wrote a book called Lead Me. And so it's the journey that he took from going from stardom and fame to going back home and being a husband and a dad to his children. And that had to be a hard decision for him. But he's going to be our keynote speaker, really speaking to the hearts of dads about the importance of their wives and their families. And so we want to make sure that your husband's in the audience because it's going to be good. This is his life story. It's the story he's lived out, and how he's been blessed and honored in that decision, and how he would not change a thing with the decision he made to be with his family. When we're on our deathbed, it's not going to be, oh, I wish I did more work. It's going to be, I wish I spent more time with my family.
Yes. So if your husband is asking, well, why? Why do we need to go? Why do I need to go? She just gave you a great reason why, and a great opportunity to hear from another dad, another man of God who is made it's not an easy decision because the money's good. The lifestyle you get to live is
the lifestyle, the money,
amazing.
Everything.
And to make the choices for our families, because, we often speak about moms who give up careers to homeschool and to take care of the kids. But there are dads making some real big wins and sacrifices out there too. Yes. And we have a way to honor them. There's a track for everyone, something for everyone at the convention. And so if you do me a favor, make sure you have an open tab on your laptop, or you can go right on your phone to HEAV.org and click register. Go ahead and sign on up because registration opened yesterday for all of us, everyone. Yay, we're all welcome. And there's just going to be so many great opportunities, and so much to hear with those speakers and those workshops that you do not want to miss. And I, for one, am certainly grateful that there's going to be an opportunity for the dads, because we don't want to leave anyone out, and we want to make sure that every piece of the family gets taken care of. And so we have a question. The question is, do you see it?
There was a question from Elsie or Elise. I couldn't see the name clearly.
Elise, there it is.
There it is. Yes, your daughter will absolutely be able to say hello to Andrew Pudawa. He is very approachable, and he stays on site the whole time so that he can talk to people and encourage homeschool families talking to the kids. So yes.
Yay. So the answer is yes. All of our speakers that we have and that have been chosen, we vet very carefully. And those who come back, like Mr. Pudawa, he is a crowd favorite. And the reason why he comes back is because he's very personable and approachable. I have not had the pleasure of meeting him yet, but I am excited to, because I've heard really great things. Kathleen is sharing that he spoke to her son when they went to convention. He was 9 years old and saw him in the highway, and he felt like a movie star. That's so awesome. So and it's funny.
Your daughter can have a picture with him too, so have your camera ready. He's very approachable and loves talking to families.
And you've already seen Christy Faith, and I don't know if you got to see her very amazingly well done ad for the convention. So cute. Kids involved, bubbles and confetti. She's excited and she can't wait to meet you guys. She's very, very approachable, very personable, very sweet. She's really excited about being there and getting to, she even said in our interview, she loves the vulnerability that she gets to have when she's doing her workshop so that she can give you a glimpse into her own life and career as a teacher and then turned homeschooling mom. So you're going to get to hear just, again, great opportunities. I can't stress that enough to help you in the decision to homeschool, to keep you stayed on the course, to help you fan the flame of excitement about being a homeschooler. Because we're not sad over here at all. We're pretty excited about being homeschoolers. So we wanted to also remind you that when you're registering, and I can go ahead and tell you what that 35 means. I saw a couple of guesses and they guessed that this might be your age. 35.
My age, yeah. No, yeah, let's see. How many years ago? Too many years ago. I don't even want to say.
Yeah, I passed it up already too. So it's not our ages. And we also had a guest of speakers that is really close, actually, in registrations, but a little bit off from our speaker number. That number is about 50. And the number, though, for 35 is actually how many spaces we had available for our forensics class. We had an add-on that you can register for your kids. There's all kinds of classes. There's a dissection. There's the music competition. There's art. There's photography. And we also had a forensics class. You'll notice I said had. We have already filled all 35 of those spots in that class. Yeah. That is how fast these classes and add-ons can fill up for you. So you want to make sure you go ahead and register early so you can secure your spot for the things that your kid may want to do. So are we going to figure out a way to open it up? We do always work to try to make sure we can maximize any opportunity we have, but we can't guarantee that we can make more seats. So if you want to make sure that you can get your students, go ahead and get your kids registered for what they may be interested in, go on ahead to HEAV.org. Click on convention. You'll get to see all of that we have to offer, the exhibitors who will be there. You'll see our great sponsors mentioned there. And thank God for our sponsors. They make sure that we have the convention and what we do for HEAV in totality, because HEAV is more than convention. As you heard in our last live on Monday, we spoke about the religious exemption and the work that is being done to boots on the ground in legislative sessions with for our government affairs department, who is handling that. Ann was there as well, live and in action, making sure that your freedoms are being fought for. So whether or not you're even supporting it, we're supporting you. We're making sure that. Go ahead and speak to it, because I can feel you guessed it. Yes, go ahead.
And if you haven't heard yet, the Senate bill, SB 1031, actually passed yesterday, 3-2. And that bill, they substituted a bill, but they didn't make the substitute available to us. We kept asking and going up to the patron's office, asking over and over and over, could we get a copy of the bill? And they told us to come back. And then I went up another time, and she said, well, she was busy and she had to get it. And so I said, okay, I'll just sit here. And I waited and waited. And she came and said, after I was probably there 15, 20 minutes waiting. And then she came and said that the senator who introduced the bill, Pekarsky, that she would be explaining the substitution in the subcommittee meeting. Well, it turned out there was no explanation of the substitution. There was only 7 minutes for testimony and the whole thing was cut very short, which does happen in the legislative session. It wasn't just us, but we had a huge crowd of families there opposing the bill. And but the bill passed, and when we got the substitution after they voted on it, we didn't even know. We knew the first bill, but not the substitute. When we got it, it turns out that they have eliminated, redlined religious exemption. So, and this is only a subcommittee. It's still got to go to the Senate committee, and then we have crossover where it goes to the House, and the bills and all the reconciliation and all that has to happen. But right now, we are on red hot alert, and we'll be sending out an update probably later tonight about what our next steps are. But religious freedom is under serious attack in Virginia. It's not a joke. It is a dark day. Yesterday was a dark day in Virginia history when they voted to eliminate religious freedom and the religious exemption statute. So if you haven't heard about it, they're the alerts that we've sent before. There'll be more information coming, and we will be sending information as quickly as we can to keep you updated. So yeah, we are more than a convention, and this is the work that we do behind the scenes. And when you come to our convention, what your convention registration does is it supports the organization year round. It helps us to have a legislative team, to have an outreach team, to have an office where tens of thousands of people call every year to get help and support. And so when you come to the Virginia Homeschool Convention, you are helping to support the organization year round. And I can tell you, convention income, you have no idea how much convention costs. Catrina, you have no idea. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars, believe it or not. Yeah. And without our sponsors, and we are so grateful to our sponsors, your convention registration would have to be 3 or 4 times as high just to pay for the cost of convention with the speakers, the facility. It's crazy. It's the only facility that's big enough in the whole state to hold the size of our convention. And you may not know this, but HEAV's convention is the 3rd or 4th largest in the country. And when a lot of conventions have died down, we're still one of the largest ones in the country. And know that we are here because of your convention attendance, believe it or not. So it's like a win-win-win-win all around.
It's a win-win-win-win. I like that. I was going to say, and we're here because of them.
Right. And so, years ago, we had a religious exemption study done because we knew that they were going to attack religious exemptions. So we have been preparing for this, and the day is here. The day has come. And we need your support. We need your financial support. We are way behind in financial support end of year. Not going to lie. We really need your financial support. And we need but coming to convention is a way to support HEAV. And you get like double, triple, quadruple blessings. And Catrina had asked me my why for convention. And I came to the HEAV convention before I worked with HEAV or volunteered. I was initially, we came to every convention. And I can say that in my years of convention going, every year I would pray. And when I came to convention, I had these like divine appointments, and I found like insight into trouble I was having with one child, or character, like what do you do when you have a kid who XYZ, fill in the blank, you got yours. I had plenty of mine with 8. But every year when I came to convention, I would hear a speaker, I would get an idea, I would understand something better, I would have insights, I would get so encouraged, like on the things that are going well. I would like, okay, I was wondering, am I doing okay in that area? And I would get that assurance. And then there are all the moms and dads around us who we minister to each other, and we share our stories and our challenges. And we can, when you come to convention, you may not feel like you have anything to give, but there could be a mom sitting right next to you who needs to hear, oh yeah, my son, he didn't want to do any schoolwork either. And here's what I learned how to help him. And I'm telling you, we hear thousands over the years, probably tens of thousands of stories of parents who make those connections, who get those insights, whose husbands get convinced like homeschooling is the best thing since sliced bread. There's so many reasons to come, and we do look for the best speakers who are speaking to today's issues, whether it's AI or IT issues, phones, all the things. We look for the best speakers. We take your recommendations. We pour over every evaluation to bring what you want, what you tell us that you need. And so come on, and bring your friends. And we have great pricing right now. And we also have the incentive program, the ambassador program, where you can actually get a free registration by just sharing the link that we give you with friends. They will save $5. You will save $5. And if you share it with enough friends and they register for convention, you could get a totally free convention. And bring all your friends with you and save them money too.
And that is called the Ambassador Program. So if you're on the convention page and you see that there's something that says Ambassador, click on that, because that will explain to you all about how you can get $5 per referral and win back your convention registration, and you bless another family. And one of the things that is most powerful about what Ann said is not just coming to the convention to get what you can get out of it, because that is part of it, right? But it is also what you can do to be a blessing to someone that you may not be looking for the opportunity, but there is a way that the Lord works where you will be in the right place at the right time to be able to offer comfort, offer solace. Right in the hallway, just hug and cry it out, just there are moments like that in testimonies. And I got a great story from someone who called about booking her hotel, which you can also do through our links on our page. When you click on hotels, there are special offers for booking at the Hilton or Marriott right close to the convention, so that you can have walking distance right on over to and roll your carts of used curriculum sale and exhibit hall finds back to the room and pack up for the trip home. But one of the things that that is just so awesome about it is being that blessing to someone else, and being in the right place at the right time to offer the words of encouragement or the atta girl that someone may need to hear in their homeschooling journey. And so without further ado, I think there's something we promised them. And what is it that we told them that we give them tonight?
Oh, we're going to talk about another keynote speaker. I do.
Is what we said. Go ahead.
What? No. I just saw it in the comments. Jennifer Jessen said, "I figured if there were 10,000 other people who could homeschool, so could I." In coming to the convention, I just saw that comment and I thought that was priceless.
She's also priceless herself. I love that woman.
So yes, we did promise something. Oh, at least it'll be your first convention. Hooray! You're gonna have so much fun, and your daughter's gonna love Andrew. Yeah. Oh, I have my old emoji sticks from COVID online. Yay!
Yay! Definitely hearting that one. Big hearts for that one. Congratulations and thank you so much. And we can't wait to see you there. But we did promise the reveal of a new keynote speaker. And so let's see if any of these things ring a bell for you. There's a title, Morning Side or Wrong Side of Tomorrow. How about Here Comes the Sun? Have you figured it out yet? I want to see if someone figures it out before we say their name. Drop it in the comments. We're going to go in 10, 9, 8, 7. I like my countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the Peterson Band. Fires, firework, explosions. We are so excited about the #1 rated show in Branson. They are going to be at no other place. It is the place that you must be, not you need to be, not you should. You must be there to get it. You're going to see the Peterson Band live at HEA Convention 2025. So hurry up, run to HEAV.org and register for the convention because you do not want to miss it. So with that, oh, I see the comment. Eek! Yes, that's exactly like I've been geeking so hard since taking on this role and all the things that I get to see are happening behind the scenes that I've been bursting with the opportunity to share them with you. So I am so glad. We'd like to thank Ms. Miller for being here tonight and giving us a glimpse into what HEAV is, what convention means to her, what it's meant for her family, what it can mean for you and your family. So June 5th through the 7th, 2025, we need to see you there. I need to see and put names with faces because I see the comments, but I'd love to shake your hand, give you a hug, whatever it is that's needed. We'll be there for you.
Shoulders to cry on too.
Yes,
we've been there. We've all been there.
Too.
Yeah.
Could we just say accolades in the hearts?
Could we just say a couple things about the Peterson Band that people may not know? Not only are the #1 rated show in Branson, but also they write and perform all kinds of American roots music is what they call it. And they're bluegrass. They do a lot of bluegrass. They tour internationally. I don't know if they've just come or if they're going to New Zealand and Australia. And they're all homeschooled, but they're going to do a show for us on Friday night. So we're so excited about that. That's going to be our main keynote. But also part of their show, they're going to be talking about their homeschool experiences. And also they're going to do a workshop session on family entrepreneurialism. And so keep watching. We're going to be putting out lots more information. The workshops should be coming soon. But we are so excited for their show and that they've never done a homeschool. They've never performed at a homeschool convention before. So we are the first and we are so excited to have them. They got us like between stops. They're coming here. So we're very excited, Which
is super amazing to be there first. So that's really awesome. So like I like to say, you heard it here first, right here on Talk It Up Tuesday. The Peterson Band will be with us. So you want to make sure you're there June 5th through the 7th. Lock that calendar off. Go ahead and get that registration done. Get it locked and loaded. And we will see you there. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good evening, everyone.
Well, can we leave them with another hook? We have more speakers to reveal. So Talk It Up Tuesday, next Tuesday, maybe we'll have some big news. We hope.
You gotta be here.
Yeah. Thank you,
Good night, everyone. You're welcome.